here we are with HP's latest Spectre x360 13. Now the design is clearly an evolution over the previous generation with the all-metal gem cut body and the now signature corner cuts towards the spine. What you'll notice, and it's the first thing I'll talk about, is the display. And oh wow, the display. The detail is that it's a 90% screen to body ratio. Few are at this territory and most make sacrifices. HP have kept the Full HD Windows Hello IR camera in the ideal position above the screen by managing to fit one of the smallest camera modules I've ever seen in a laptop. It's only 2.2 millimeters thin. The Wi-Fi antenna has been relocated to the bottom of the display and has been boosted by Intel's new built-in gigabit Wi-Fi 6 with HP Connection Optimizer, which connects to the access point with the best throughput, providing you better speeds at the airport, hotel, or conference center. It can also increase connection speed by up to 3 times when connecting to a new Wi-Fi 6 router. So the screen, 13.3 inches, available in Full HD LCD or this, the 4K with True Black HDR. If you like creating content or just consuming it, a screen that supports Adobe RGB, DCI-P3, sRGB, even UHD TV spaces should be your pick. And the OLED panel can even reduce blue light, so it's more refreshing to use, and the anti-reflection coating applied to the screen does a great job at reducing reflection, as you'd hope, but you don't get that hazy appearance like other anti-glare panels, which I really like. Speaking of reflection, have you ever used a laptop outside? Yeah, it sucks. Some are better than others, but they're mostly hit or miss. For me, this is the reason for the OLED display. It's completely usable anywhere, not just with the right angle or with a bit of positioning. It just works when I want it to. Now for the rest. Inside is Intel as you'd expect from the Spectre brand. The new 10th generation 10nm quad-core processors from Intel is a great choice here. It sits on the battery for a quoted 22 hours and also includes the integrated and very powerful Iris Plus graphics, which gives you 1080p gaming if you need it. Look, this is not a gaming PC as such, but it can play most games at a usable resolution. Ideally, this is a device for the executive or professional who does a mixture of stuff on their PC, but depends on it to get the job done, and maybe games a bit in their downtime. From long business trips to editing project files, from content creation to conference calls. I mean, there's even a dedicated microphone mute button and a camera kill switch that disconnects power to your webcam, staying a step ahead of the hackers. Microsoft's Windows Hello supported face recognition and fingerprint reader are featured. There's 2 Thunderbolt C ports, continued courage to include a headphone jack, and a microSD card slot. Nice. With all this spec, HP have taken a refreshing look at the ultra-mobile professional user. When you think about it, it's kind of like squeezing a balloon. To make some areas smaller, other areas have to grow. What we have here is a device that is 23 millimeters narrower front to back versus the previous generation, but actually 2 millimeters thicker. Here's the smart bit. In that extra 2 millimeters, they put in 3 heat pipes instead of 1, increase the size of the intake and exhaust, use a graphite sheet to disperse heat and act as insulation, plus jam in a big battery that charges from flat to 50% in only 30 minutes. Now, getting more than 10 hours back in 30 minutes is just insane. And at this point, it's probably just easier to list the rest. Available in 3 colors, Nightfall Black with copper accents, Poseidon Blue with pale brass accents, and the return of natural silver if you just like having what everyone else has. It supports pen, it spins around, Bang & Olufsen speakers, BIOS protection, controls for how fast, hot, noisy, quiet, or cool it gets with HP Command Center. Intel Optane's SSD storage also makes an appearance, so check out my 10th gen Intel video for why this is going to be the future of storage. But lastly, get this. You can get an LTE version of the HP Spectre x360 13. It has 4x4 LTE antennas giving you gigabit speeds. Now, while this works great when you're on the road, you can also combine this with gigabit Wi-Fi 6, meaning you get the speed and bandwidth of 2 gigabit using Wi-Fi and LTE at the same time. If you want a do-everything PC that doesn't look like everyone else's Mac, has a ton of great features, then go check out this laptop and make your own decision.